building the shower walls. That's what we're doing today. And these are sawmill slats. I cut these out of trees on the sawmill, of course. And that's what we're using here. It's free wood. I'm going to put it all up and then cut it even. I've got my platform at an angle so that water flows. But building the shower walls, it won't take long. So yeah, here we go. Yes, I did get the first one level and plumb. Well, I think I did. All right, I'm going to go ahead and cut me a 2x8. That's all I have. I don't have 2x4s. And I'm going to run it down the side here. Nail it on. It's pressure treated, which the walls aren't pressure treated. That's from the sawmill. It's from fresh trees. So, but of course the floor is pressure treated. But anyway, I'm going to run that 2x8 along that corner slat there. And then when I go to put this first piece on this wall, I'll have something good to nail to, and I can pull everything good and straight and plumb and level and all that. Oh yeah, we'll kind of figure it out as we go, because it is. Some of these boards are very warped. Of course, they're not the same thickness, they're fairly close. I'm going to rip one down, about 4 inches or so. Man, these boards are warped. Well, folks, she is complete as she's going to get. And we got a nice little setup here, and I'm thankful for it. But I've used it about a half a dozen times. It's kind of crazy. We're on a job right now where we need to use it. You know, when you're working in septic, the sewage, yeah, it can get on you. You get splashed. You're doing plumbing, you get splashed. With sewage, you want to take a shower. You don't even want to go in the house. So this is perfect. So I've taken about a half a dozen showers out here, 3 because I needed to, but probably 3 because it's just so fun taking a shower outside, and that's for sure. But we got a nice little setup, got the cooker, and got the composting porta. Whoa, did you hear that? That is a acorn. That is a acorn hitting this roof. I mean, who'd have thunk it? No, I knew. Oh my goodness, I knew what was going to happen when I put it up. But anyway, composting. We'll go in there in a minute. So, yeah. So I did put some flashing up top. I don't know if you can see it. I put flashing up there, and that is because this is a used carport, and it's not really a carport. It's like goes up underneath I believe it goes up underneath a deck to catch the water, and so that you can have like a patio underneath your deck. Anyway, so it's a carport to me, but the holes, the screw holes that they put it up with, last time I did not use those holes, and so I made my own holes, and they were leaking. It was dripping everywhere, and so it wasn't terrible. I could have lived with it, but I fixed that, and I didn't even realize it when I did that. It eliminated putting that flashing up there. It eliminated this gutter, so I don't even, the gutter's not going to be used, which is good. Yeah. So that means that downspout really isn't going to be used. We're going to leave it there. But folks, this thing works so awesome. I am so happy with it. I'll do a review of this water heater for sure. But yeah, awesome. But now the plumbing's going to get redone. This is just stuff I had, connect this to that and that to this just to get it working. And it works awesome. But I've used the cooker. Of course, I've had that cooker for 15 years, but I did make salmon patties the other night. Homemade bread, because I didn't have breadcrumbs for the salmon patties. Homemade bread first, then I used the bread for the crumbs, some of it, and made salmon patties. Absolutely awesome. All right, now I do have a lock on this, and it is just dummy locked, but believe it or not, I have to have that. Because when people come down through here, and delivery drivers or what have you, it looks like this is a dirt road that we live on, but it's actually our driveway. But it's very long, and it looks like a dirt road. People think it's a gravel road. And, they see a porta potty, and they got to use the bathroom. I don't blame them. But they're welcome to use the woods. I don't want them in here pooping. But anyway, so this is it. I'm not going to open it up because, I've used it probably 3 times. Yeah, so I've got that towel on there to help keep the smell down and maybe bugs out of there or whatever. Just in case, and it doesn't have any smell. We got the sawdust. Yeah, so I do have to put a screen on that vent right there. And I'm actually going to raise that up another foot and put a 90 instead of a 45 on there to keep the rain out, and then put a screen on it. The little Mr. Heater, Buddy Heater, whatever it's called, that goes in there, and man, does it work good. Yeah, so super happy with this. It's just like the perfect setup for me. That's for sure. That is the homemade wood stove. I made this, oh man, over 10 years ago for sure. And I've used it. And we're going to use it. And listen, I had somebody make fun of me for using a door hinge. They said, oh, that's not going to last. That door hinge isn't going to last. It has lasted way over 10 years. It'll last forever. Anyway, so I'm going to put get a 8-inch black stovepipe, because this is 6-inch, and the 8-inch will fit right over all of this. And this is just stuff I had found. I had around the house and just made a wood stove out of it. And anyway, I'll slide it over it and get it above the carport roof and put the cap thingy on there. That I don't even know what it's called. It keeps the embers from going out. All right, now I'll show you something else I made yesterday. Actually, I did the flashing, and I've got this up. It's a little crooked. I've got to straighten it out, but I thought it was pretty cool for spices, because I do like to cook out on that cooker, and I'm going to start videoing some of that cooking. But yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. You know, it was sawmill slats, used the live edge, and yeah, come out nice, I think. Anyway, rough. It's rough, but the shop is rough, so it's perfect. And so I've been picking these up for $1. Yeah, I ain't paying that outrageous price. So I've been picking these up. I'll see these at Walmart for $1, and I'll pick them up. Anyway, I thought it was pretty cool. You may not think so, but I do. We'll see you, folks.